The South African tattoo is back to thrill local audiences yet again. It's a weekend of dance and music that sees over 500 people perform. They'll be showcasing local and global music as well as various dance cultures. This year's edition will be held at the Sun Arena in Pretoria. Joining me in the studio is RORY BELLINGAN. He's the tattoo producer, the one in the Scottish kilt you're about to see. And Simon Carter is the executive producer of the South African tattoo. Gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. It must be very early. This kind of thing takes a lot of rehearsals, so it must be a very busy time. Simon, let's start with you. For those who are watching and they've never heard about this kind of tattoo, not the kind involving skin and ink, what is the tattoo?
The tattoo, it's an exhibition of just great acts that we bring from all around the country and all around the world. And it's actually over 600 people. So,
oh, wow.
So we are so excited because tomorrow, I'm quite nervous as well, but tomorrow 600 people arrive from all around the country, some from Australia, some from USA, from Switzerland even. And we're going to have to, within a few days, and most of it will be Rory's job to do this, is to put the entire show together. So a tattoo is a culmination of individual acts that are each in their own way have their own unique talents. They get a short period of time in the show to display their talents, and then they come together in this majestic finale, which, if some of your viewers may have heard of the Edinburgh tattoo,
indeed,
it's redolent of that, and it is just an amazing show to see.
Now, Rory, Simon's just mentioned this kind of thing from Edinburgh, and you think, oh, it must be some kind of military parade of some kind. But that would be putting it too simply. It's much more than that, isn't it?
Absolutely. The military certainly have their part to play, and we have a mass military band that's representative of the best military musicians all around South Africa from the SA Army. But beyond that, we have the mass pipes and drums, who are largely from the civilian walks of life. They're all volunteers. We have some...
so that's bagpipes you're talking about?
Bagpipes, yes.
Oh, wow, okay.
And then we also have some citizen force pipe bands who are part of the military as well. Then over and above that, we have all the lovely dancers, the Highland dancers, the Irish dancers, tap dancers. And they all people who volunteer their time and pursue these hobbies with absolute passion.
Now, they're all coming together from tomorrow to start rehearsals. This show takes place the following weekend at the Sun Arena, if I'm correct, on the 6th and the 7th as well. So they're arriving tomorrow, but in terms of coordinating everything, have they all been working on their pieces separately? Tell us more about the background to this process that comes to a point from tomorrow.
Well, how it works is that months before the tattoo even happens, is we are in touch with all these acts. We consult via email, videos, if they're nowhere near us, or we actually go and physically visit them, see what they're up to. And then we put things in place, we discuss what they're going to do on the day. So when we get together tomorrow, it's just a case of coordinating the overall picture as opposed to starting from scratch. Music for the pipe bands and the military bands is distributed early, so they all learn that in their own band practices. So they arrive on the day ready to rock, and then we just put the whole big show together.
He makes it sound so simple, doesn't he, Simon?
He does.
And it's anything but. What do you think makes this kind of thing still so popular in the year 2018? We have things like social media and modern music, contemporary music and dance forms that have taken over, especially the younger audiences. Yeah. But yet this kind of thing is still very popular. Why do you think it is?
Well, where else can you get to see live entertainment on this scale? And I'm talking mass scale. And it's just because it brings together something that we're also proud of. It's almost a display of unity, you know, and we all want that in this country. So there's a strong patriotic element to it, but it also brings the traditions of yesteryear. I mean, some of these citizen bands and some of the reserve force bands were founded in the First World War, and they still have been carrying their traditions through this time. And then if you look at what we've got in the SA Army, it's not often we get to see such a rare occurrence of the talents that the South African Army actually has.
All in one place.
All in one place, and we've taken the best of these talents. So it's not just the music bands. I mean, we've got, as Rory said, 4 of the top army bands alone, and of that you've got, say, the NCG, which is the ceremonial guard, which is it's there for state functions. But then you've got the wonderful band from Kroonstad, who bring a bit of verve and humour to the whole act.
Oh.
And this is coming together in an 88-piece band. We've never combined all the bands before. And then when you add in 200 pipes and drums on a mass scale, and then you start bringing all the other acts that have been there before, and you come to this finale, I think, you know, I've seen audience members walk out of there with tears in their eyes, and I've seen some grown men more excited than when the All Blacks beat the Springboks. No, the other way around.
I think you're pushing it. I think you might be pushing it.
It is. It's about patriotism and just that great feeling, and it's live.
Rory, I've seen some of these organizations you're speaking about. I've seen them separately, and I'm always so excited when I see young people actually coming in and becoming part of these bands, doing the bagpipes, playing the big brass instruments, doing the different kinds of Highlands dancing. How do you think these art forms are keeping themselves relevant to keep them going?
Well, part of it is the art forms adapt to what's happening in the world. When you come and see the tattoo next weekend, a lot of the music that is played is current music. It's not music from the past. But the beauty of the show is we celebrate the legacy of the pageantry, of the military, that type of thing. But the music that is played, the dancing that is done, is all very, very modern. So it appeals to the youth. They can do something traditional that has relevance in today's society. And I think part of the secret of the show is it's the passion of these musicians that comes to the fore, of the dancers. They love what they do and they want to share it with everybody.
Now, Simon, what can people expect? Is it something that will only appeal to an older market? What are you expecting next week in terms of your audience? And what can they expect if somebody's watching and they're not so sure if it's something they'd enjoy?
No, they're going to. It appeals to all ages. We've even got from the army, which the kids will love. It's called a capability military display, and we're going to have real soldiers doing a little combat act, and then a rescue situation, and big heavy artillery, big heavy.
Wait, is this going to be set to music as well?
No.
Oh, no.
No.
Okay.
So it's not all music. This is called an action item. And
wow, okay.
People love it, and you get to see how our SA Army serve and protect our country. And then
it's a little bit of an educational element as well.
There is,
then.
but it has to be entertaining. And every act, we try to keep them down to between 5 and 10 minutes. 10 is the longest. Even though the mass pipes and drums, the audience always want more, but they could be a show on their own. Just that whole stirring sound of
I
the
can
mass
imagine.
pipes. I mean, we've
Gives
put
you
up,
goosebumps, doesn't it?
It does, and we've put up a castle wall. So what's wonderful about the Sun Arena is it's indoors and it's state of the art. So we've got this castle wall with just a 4-meter wide entrance with as redolent of the old castles. And so you can imagine 200 pipes coming through and just
filling the
arena slowly as the music with the mists and that whole feeling of the ancient Highlands of Scotland. And then, bang, something else will happen. So RORY will weave in different moods into the entire thing, young or old. And then, what very exciting is we've got as our feature singer is Kulia Buerta, who last weekend we heard it was so amazing. She got 2 top 40s airplay last weekend. So she's not a rising star. She is a star of South African music at the moment.
So really something for everybody at the South African Tattoo happening at the Sun Arena next week, Saturday and Sunday. And tickets can be booked at CompuTicket.
And there's still tickets available from $2.98. So we've just released another batch of tickets, and then the tickets will go fast.
So no excuses not to be there.
No,
gentlemen, thank you so much for joining me this morning, and all the best, Rory, especially when this rehearsal starts. May the force be with you, as it were.